Yeah, probably by the time it starts, we'll be on time. Cheese Mahoney. Cheese Mahoney.
Ooh, there we are. Okay, I started. Looks like it. Sounds like it.
We on? Stop swearing now? Okay.
Yep, we need to stop.
All right.
Let's see what's happening. Let's see what's happening.
So I think I kind of have plan-ish, kind of. Go back to what we were doing before. I think you've covered the Python topic well enough to know how I do it.
Looks like it.
So I
Sounds
think
like it.
there's not much point going down that path. Much more. You don't need to be an expert in Python. You just need to understand how scripts work and be able to read them and be able to figure out what they're doing and change them if required. That's basically.
Yeah, man.
I've never been able to, never had to write a Python script from scratch other than a tiny one. So, with the objective of getting a bazillion-dollar paying job as quick as possible, let's go back to the solution architect stuff. Because I think that would be a feather in your cap that I don't think most people would get if they're not in a cloud company. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. For sure.
Yeah, it gets you through the door.
Yeah.
And then you can charm them like I do, because charming people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Mugford way. We're a charming bunch. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
That's how we
That's a fact. Jack.
Propagated the species. Anyway, but my objective, I think, today is slow and steady wins the race, and instead of going through a bunch as fast as we can, do quality and understanding in review mode and just go real slow and understand each one, and then move on to the next one.
All right.
So you can pick whichever. I don't remember where we left off. You can pick anyone, and we'll just jump back in.
Yeah, man. Okay. Sounds like a good plan. Let me look over here.
I haven't done this for a while either, by the way.
Yep. So. I do have on the stream. I would like it if people watch our stream, if they would subscribe to the channel, that'd be awesome. And if they subscribe to the channel, they can chat with us in the chat window. So I said it. I know I don't have a lot of followers, but I said it because I want subscribers. I set it to subscriber only mode. So if people want to talk, you have to subscribe, and then after 60 seconds, you can ask us questions. Okay, so did you want to do the tutorial dojo thing again? Was that the plan?
Yeah, that's the best course of action. Fastest way to get you certified is to go over this, just like we did for the cloud practitioner one.
Yep. Fair enough.
Because there's nothing better. I haven't found anything better. I don't know where Bonzo, what's his name?
John Bonzo.
Bonzo.
All
I
right.
don't know where he is, but him and his buddies have made the best program ever. Highly recommend. Give us sponsorship. Come on.
Yep.
Just kidding. Kind of.
Yeah. Or
Anyways,
or a cease and desist letter if you don't like us doing this. And
no. I think since he's followed us both on LinkedIn, I think he's okay with it.
yeah, well, hopefully. I'm a big John Bonza fan, but better than sending us a cease and desist letter through a lawyer. Just send us an email and say, hey, could you guys not throw up our questions?
Yeah.
Because we don't people seeing them that don't pay for it. But the thing is like it's pretty standard organization, and they can't do the test.
No, they
So
can't do it. They have to buy the test. We're just
they have to,
previewing.
yeah, just buy it because it's different every time.
Buy it and it.
Buy it. I
What
already. Sorry, go on.
what was this? $20, $30? It's worth
Less
that.
than that. It was less than that. It was like,
Yeah.
well, it was like $11.99 for the like there's a little bit of a sale on the cloud practitioner one, and this one was a little more expensive, like $3 more.
I think they're worth like $100.
Well, then don't tell them that.
Okay.
It's good for like 3 years, right?
Oh yeah,
But
I didn't know actually. I didn't know that.
it's
I
good.
didn't know that.
Whatever the amount of time it is between the time you get certified. It's like it's for the next, well, maybe it's 2 years, but whatever it is, it's that length of time. It'll be good until then. But you'll have access to it for that long.
Yeah.
And the content gets updated throughout. Like if a question becomes irrelevant, they remove it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best part. They update them. That's a lot of these things. They don't do that. So, yeah. Anyway, enough about our sponsor.
Look at this. This is the new one. I don't remember this one.
I've never seen topic based either. That might be a new thing.
Wow.
Well, they have that. Oh yeah, these are all updates.
That's real. That's so cool.
Yeah. So you can go into
Elastic Beanstalk, file storage, load balancing, identity access management, Lambda, relation database, simple storage, query service, virtual cloud, private cloud, and cloud brand. That's awesome. That's really neat.
Cool. That's a good improvement. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. So what should we do? What should we do? Want to do one of these?
You want to do the do you want to do the ones in order of what I think are the most important, or
let's do that. That's a good idea.
Okay, well, the number one that's on all three of the associate ones is the VPC. So if you pass one of these things with VPC, the VPC section is virtually identical on all three of them.
Okay.
So they always say on all of them, make sure that you're very solid on your VPC stuff, and I agree with that statement. So we'll start with VPC.
All right. Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Okay. So here is question 1. Category CSAA, Design and Secure Applications and Architectures. A company has on-demand EC2 instance located in a subnet in AWS as a web application. The security group attached to this EC2 instance has the following inbound rules. Yes.
What's
the route table.
That's
what's that?
Inbound 80 or 22. The 22, I can't really see it. SSH TCP 22. In from anywhere, right? Oh yeah, thank you. There you go. Okay, guys. Yeah.
Port range 22.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, and then port range source. The route table is attached to the VPC as shown below. You can establish an SSH connection into the EC2 instance from the internet. However, you're not able to connect to the web server using your Chrome browser.
Yeah.
Mm.
So this is little bit of a false flag, I think. Show the route table again. Yeah. So your internet gateway is the thing. Your internet gateway already has a route to 0000. You see that? You understand
Mm-hmm.
what's going on there?
Uh-huh.
So your internet gateway with EC2s to get to internet, you need an internet gateway and you need a route out to the internet. So what it's saying there, what it's saying on that one,
Mm. On this
that
one, you mean?
yeah, that already exists.
Oh, this one here already exists?
Yeah, because it's up. If you look in the picture above it, the IGW file, da 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 da, that's in your route table.
And this
So
already, this is there also?
that is also there.
That's
Correct.
this one?
Correct. So the security group, yeah, I think you already went. You already picked up what I was laying down. I think.
I picked up what you're putting down. I picked
I'm
up what you're
pretty sure
putting
that.
down, brother.
I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Yeah, it would make sense because that would say, yeah, this is a Chrome browser. No, you can't do this.
Yeah, it's the only one. That's the only one that points to anything that's browser based too, right? Kind of.
Yeah,
The
sure.
the gateway does kind of, but not really.
Yeah, it makes
It's
sense.
what they're looking for specifically. There is port 80 port 80 HTTP or point 443 HTTPS. So either one. Because 80
Word.
80 is just a regular port. 443 is the secure port.
All right.
Uh, all right, you understand all that, right? I just beaked off on all of that stuff, and
Oh yeah,
you,
I get
yeah,
it. I've been doing this stuff for like
yeah, yeah.
it's not
Enough.
all it's on not all nutty because for my current job I'd have to know a bit of this stuff too
Yeah, yeah,
because a lot of our stuff is becoming IP based. So
yeah.
that obviously that's important.
Everything's going over a wire. That's the nice thing about my new job.
That's you.
Bless you, Jane. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
subscribe to our channel. You can't chat to us without it, and you can't listen unless you're on the channel. So go subscribe to our
Yeah,
channel.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's exclusive only mode,
yeah.
and it says when you try to chat, it'll say only channel subscribers of 1 minute or longer can send messages.
That's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Question do.
all right. Local bank.
Categories. Design secure applications and architectures. The local bank has an in-house application that handles sensitive financial data in a private subnet. After the data is processed by the EC2 worker instances, they will be delivered to S3 for ingestion by other services. How should you design the solution so that data does not pass through the public internet? Ah,
So, how much? I know this one, or I have a pretty good idea on this one. I would suggest process of elimination, unless you're just gonna guess the one. Um, so internet gateway to a public. As soon as you say public subnet, it's not that, right?
yeah.
As soon as you say
I
public, it's not that. So a NAT gateway. All a NAT gateway does is network address translation. So that's just taking your whatever port and putting it onto another port so you can have multiple IPs. So it says private. I'd call that a false flag.
all right.
Uh, transit gateway is just connecting VPCs. So, and I don't even think you can do that. And a lot of one of their new features is endpoints. configure the. I think it's configure VPC endpoints along with corresponding route to S3.
All right,
Pretty
let's
sure.
check. Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it. Park Pontiac.
Yeah, just read it. Read it. So
The
I'm.
important concept that you have to understand in this scenario is that your VPC and your S3 bucket are located within the larger AWS network. However, the traffic coming from your VPC to your S3 bucket is traversing the public internet by default. To better protect your data in transit, you can set up a VPC endpoint so the incoming traffic from your VPC will not pass through the public internet, but instead through the private AWS network. A VPC endpoint enables you to privately connect your VPC to supported AWS services and VPC endpoint services powered by Private Link without requiring an internet gateway, NAT device, VPN connection,
Yeah,
or
you don't need to read
AWS
it.
direct connection, blah 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 blah
It's
blah.
just saying the same thing
Endpoints
over and over again.
and endpoints of virtual devices. They are horizontally scaled, redundant, and highly available. VPC components that allow communication between instances.
Oh, nice little diagrams. Uh, yeah. So there's actually a lot
Cool.
of
Yeah, it's a good diagram.
there's a lot of use cases for this.
Yeah.
One of them is doing like updates of things where you don't
Mm.
want your machines to go out to the internet, so you put
Yep.
your patches and stuff on S3 and then put
Yep.
them through the endpoint. Anyway, endpoints is a big thing, and I pretty much guarantee you'll get 4 to 5 questions about some kind of endpoints.
Ah. Ah. Mm. All right. Hold on. I gotta get situated here.
Hoarding.
Mm. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ah.
4.9 stars on this one. That's pretty good.
Yeah. When it's funny, like when you go and look in these, it's somebody always puts like 4 out of 5, and they reply like, "Thank you for your review. Can I ask why?" And nope. Then they never answer.
Yeah. It's because I'm a competitor.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah. Anyway.
A,
All right.
a large insurance company has an AWS account that contains 3 VPCs, dev, what, and prod in the same region. What is peered to both prod and dev using a VPC peering connection. All VPCs have non-overlapping CIDR blocks. The company wants to push minor code releases from dev to prod to speed up time to market. Which of the following options helps the company accomplish this?
All right. Before I get to read that again, but do you know what UAT is?
No idea.
It's user acceptance testing.
Okay.
So it's when you take your app and you go, here, try this, and then the users who are actually going to use it say yes or no. So dev, UAT, the way they say that is UAT, and prod. People will laugh at you if you say UAT.
You at? What?
UAT. Where are you at, bro?
Where you
Okay.
at?
All right. VPCs, non-overlapping CIDR, push minor code releases from dev to prod to speed up the market. Which of the following options may help the company accomplish this? Arr! What the hell are they talking? What the hell are they talking? Oh, I see. They just want to move. Okay, I got it. I think. DB, VPC connect, target, DB routing table. What the hell are they talking about? Change dev. No, you can't. That's not allowed.
This is not allowed.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that.
I had a 25% chance.
Yeah, do nothing. I don't think is correct.
Distractor.
Yeah, that's also a distractor as well. I'm pretty sure it's number 1.
Create a new VPC peering connection between prod and dev with the appropriate routes. Ooh, Batten 1000.
Yeah. It's because I haven't touched it for a long time. It's giving my brain time for the stuff to GL.
Sweet.
So for study, I don't bother reading this right now. But for studying, this was a VPC peering question.
Certainly.
And where's the one that says you can't overlap CIDRs? That's a good one. You're not allowed to have overlapping CIDRs. Just in the description, in the answer.
Yeah, because you cannot
Yeah.
peer two VPCs with overlapping CIDR blocks.
Yeah.
Cool. Ready for question 4?
Yeah.
A company hosted a web application on a Linux Amazon EC2 instance in the public subnet that uses a default NACL. The instance uses a default security group and has an attached elastic IP address. The network ACL has been configured to block all traffic to the instance. Solutions architect must allow incoming traffic on port 443 to access the applications from any source. Which combination of steps will accomplish this requirement?
It only says 443, right? The only port you need is 443. Yeah, I don't see any other ports there, so I don't know why. Oh, wait. What's the difference between the first one and the last one? Create a group. Add a new rule to allow TCP connection on port 443 from source. Oh, from destination. Yeah, okay. That's what the difference is. The last
Oh,
word.
so it's 2. So it's select 2.
Yeah, this is a select 2. These are a little more challenging. One's really easy here. The second one isn't as easy. Yeah, that's the one that's easy. Yeah, so this one I think is the third one, but that's pretty advanced. And the reason that I think it's like that. Oh wait, inbound and outbound. No, actually, I think it's the third one because I think that's just the third one. Makes sense. There's 2 layers to this for the network security. There's the security group layer, which is at the EC2 instance level, and the NACL level, which is at the subnet level. That's why you need to do both of these things.
All right.
And just a little bit of education for you. The NACLs are stateless and the security groups are stateful. And what that means in English is if you make an inbound port in a security group, it's automatically outbound on the security group. You don't have to specify an outbound on a security group, but you do have to specify outbound on a NACL. So that's why I think it's this one.
Okay. We'll give it a check. Oh,
man, I was wrong. Okay, so the other thing that I was going to say is you need to have the ephemeral ports because you'll start up 443 will start on 443 and then we'll go out on a range of ports.
So that's this.
That's why that's the thing that I caught first, and I should have went with that. But anyway, yeah, here you go. I read that section there. That's an important.
The client that initiates a request chooses the ephemeral port range. The range varies depending on the client's operating system. Many Linux kernels, including the Amazon Linux kernel, use these ports. Pretty close. Yeah. Requests originating from Elastic Load Balancing uses these ports. Windows operating systems through server Windows Server 2003. I mean, these ports. Windows Server 2008 and later versions use these ports. And that
Yeah.
gateway uses these ports. AWS Lambda functions use these ports.
Yeah.
For example, if a request comes into your web server in your VPC from a Windows 10 client on the internet, your network ACL must have an outbound rule to enable traffic destined for ports 49.152 to 65.535. If an instance in your VPC is the client initiating a request, your NACL must have an inbound rule to enable traffic destined for ephemeral ports specific to the type of instance, Linux, Windows Server 2008, and so on, or I should say Amazon
You
Linux.
don't need to
So
read
on.
the rest of it, but you get what I was talking about.
Yeah.
It starts, and it's probably similar to some of your stuff if you're using 443 on some of your devices. It's going to go out on a different port,
So
depending on the operating system that's calling it.
it's interesting. The topic base. It's like what's that? 5 questions. 4 questions.
That's good though. You got 80 something.
75.
75. All right.
Woohoo! We passed the test. Okay, so what's second on our agenda?
So VPCs, and I think you would guess this one already. IAM is probably the second most important in terms of things to know, because the things you're going to use the most day to day are IAM and VPCs.
All right. Oh, there's 8 questions.
Oh my god! Right.
Oh my god!
I think you were pretty good at this one. I recall correctly.
We'll see. A company recently adopted a hybrid architecture that integrates its on-premises data center to AWS cloud. You're assigned to configure the VPC and implement the required users, roles, groups, policies. In this scenario, what is the best practice when creating IAM policies?
It's red number 2.
Yeah, that one's a distractor.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to give everybody full root access. That's a good thing.
Give everybody full root access and tell them your mother's maiden name and the first school you went to.
Yeah,
and your credit card number.
Grant all permissions to EC2 sounds like a good idea too.
Yeah.
Oy.
I feel like I'm gonna check this.
Yeah.
Right. A mobile application stores in Amazon S3 and allows application sign-in using an OpenID Connect-compatible identity provider. Which AWS security token service approach to temporary access should you use for this scenario? Well, I don't know what that is. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. I do think it's probably this. What do you think?
I think it's the Web Identity Federation, but
I haven't seen that before, but I also haven't seen this. Or I have seen this.
It's 50-50. It's one of those two. I think it's Web. You very well could be right that it's SAML. SAML is more for I think for like you have an Active Directory and you want to instead of making a whole bunch of IAM users, you attach your Active Directory to your SAML something, and then all of your Active Directory users become AWS users. But it's 50-50. I'm 50-50. Could be either one.
I see. All right.
Since we're just learning, you could actually Google both of them.
Well, or I'll just check and see what happens. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
It's not going to tell us why.
No, it does. The reason the Web Identity Federation thing is Amazon. So the thing to look for OpenID Connect is like log in with Amazon, log in with Facebook, log in with Google. If it says anything like that, it's the Web Identity Federation.
Yeah, but it's not giving you the why the other one in this answer. It's not saying this is wrong because of
Why the
this.
other
This is
ones are
wrong.
wrong? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's what I meant.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
But it's that's cool. Solutions Architect created a brand new IAM user with a default setting using the AWS CLI. This is intended to be used to send API requests to Amazon S3, DB, Lambda, or should say DynamoDB, Lambda, and other resources of the company's cloud infrastructure. Which of the following must be done to allow the user to make API calls to the AWS resources?
Oh, you know this one.
This Boink. All right. Hey, that didn't work. A solutions architect is managing a company's AWS account of approximately 300 IAM users. They have a new company policy that requires changing the associated permissions of all 100 IAM users that control the access to the Amazon S3 buckets. What will solutions architect do to avoid the time-consuming task of applying the policy to each user?
Well, this is roles. Yeah, no, this is a role. 100%.
So you think it's this one?
Yeah.
Oops. Okay.
Because the role is like yeah, you can have multiple users attached to the role. It's you. What it's explaining is what you use IAM roles for.
So they have a new company policy that requires changing the associated permissions of all 100 IAM users that control the access to the Amazon S3 buckets.
Yeah.
I felt like it
Oh,
was this one.
you had that one? I screwed you
Yeah.
up. All right.
Well, and I'll tell you why though. It's just because of this is similar to a question that was on Cloud Practitioner.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just like create a group because you want that group to control the S3 buckets, and then afterwards apply the policy to this group of 100 users.
Yeah, I got this one. I think
So
I got this one wrong on mine as well.
IAM role
IAM role is just one thing. IAM agree. Yeah, okay.
because you need to use a group and not a role. This the best option is to group the set of the 100 users to a group, then apply a policy to the S3 bucket. This will enable you to easily add, remove, and manage the users instead of manually adding a policy to each and every 100.
Yeah, I was mixing up my definitions of role and group, and I probably got that wrong on mine as well.
I should have argued because before I click check, I should have argued.
I've been wrong before.
So have I. I've been wrong at least twice today. Yes, sir. A tech company that you're working for has undertaken a total cost of ownership analysis evaluating the use. Got a question for you. Can you hear a fan running in the background here?
No.
Okay, that's because I'm using my graphics card to as a filter. It's called the NVIDIA RTX voice. It's really weird.
Nice. The WebEx actually has really good noise cancel. WebEx has relaunched all of their stuff. Uh, Big push on it.
Well,
Uh,
this is AI, and I don't know if that's what their ADC is, but it's they use a graphics card to run AI. It's very bizarre.
I don't know what they do, but one of the cool things, which I haven't seen, I've only seen it in the marketing yet,
Yeah.
is that you can. It has a universal translator built into it, so you and I could actually be speaking different languages.
What the what?
Yeah,
What's who's making that?
WebEx.
WebEx is doing that.
Right.
Well, we'll
I
see how
haven't seen
this.
it. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it. I've only seen the marketing for it, but that's an interesting one.
Well, that would be really good. We could use that at our work.
I'll dig something up. I don't know if it's built into the. You get WebEx and you get it, or you have to. It's an add-on or what. But I did see it in their marketing material.
Very cool. Okay, so a tech company that you are working for has undertaken a total cost of ownership analysis, evaluating the use of Amazon S3 versus acquiring more storage hardware. The result was that all 1,200 employees would be granted access to using S3 for storage of their personal documents. Great. Which of the following will you need to consider so you can set up a solution that incorporates a single sign-on feature from your corporate ad or LDAP directory and also restricts access for each individual user to a designated user folder in an S3 bucket?
Yeah, I got no idea. You're on your own on this one. Uh, uh, so the Okta one login, all of those single sign-on things are like LastPass. They're like single sign-on solutions that you can sign up for, right? And then you can make your own with that one. I think those are your only options, to be quite honest, from what I see there. But I have no idea. I would just take the loss on this one and move on.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It's this one is a maybe. But I think it's this and this. But
Yeah.
it's just I'm not really familiar with this, but this sounds like something Amazon would have, and it'd be one of the services I'm not familiar with out of the hundreds of services.
Yeah.
Oh, totally off. Configure an IAM role. A
Yeah.
federation proxy. Oh, that's so funny. Remember we were talking 3 questions ago about the
Yeah.
identity federation?
Yeah. And then
Here's
and they have
here
a federation proxy. Yeah.
set up a federation proxy or an identity provider in AWS security token service. I didn't even read that, to be honest with you. I didn't even see it.
Yeah. That's
But
some
I was thinking
here.
about this one.
Yeah, there's some questions that it's like I next.
All right. A pharmaceutical company has resources hosted on both their on-air premises. Did I say on-air? That's funny.
Yeah.
A pharmaceutical. I've been working in the media too long. A pharmaceutical company has resources hosted on both their on-premises network and in AWS cloud. They want all their software architects to access resources on both environments using their on-premises credentials, which is stored in Active Directory. In this scenario, which of the following can be used
Oh yeah. It's funny.
to fulfill this requirement? Wait a second.
Yeah. No. It's exactly what I was talking about. Like one of them is for the Active Directory Federation service. I'm pretty sure it's that one because this is exactly what I was talking about. You want solution architects to be able to access their resources, both environments, using on-premises credentials, which are stored in Active Directory. SAML2 based federation using Active Directory Federation Service, ADFS. Last answer, Chuck.
All right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was talking about. That's the difference. Now you know the difference. So SAML is pretty much Active Directory. I think LDAP is lightweight directory access protocol. I think LDAP. LDAP is just like think of your contact list.
Yeah.
Corporate contact list. Anyway, it's good.
An intelligence agency developed a missile tracking application that is hosted on both development and production AWS accounts. The intelligence agency's junior developer only has access to the development account. She has received security clearance to access the agency's production account, but the access is only temporary and only temporary and only write access to EC2 and S3 is allowed. Which of the following allows you to issue short-lived access tokens that act as a temporary security credential to allow access to your AWS resources?
I think this is STS because AWS I think it's security token service.
Yeah, that's a security token service, single sign-on. That's all of the above is what that means.
Yeah,
It uses AWS to issue JSON web tokens.
I don't know what that is.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, let's try SES. Yeah. Correct.
Security token service. Yeah, there you go. STS. Pretty much tells you what it does, right?
Yeah, man.
Gives you a temporary token. I think you can determine how long you can shorten them if you want. There's a default on how long they'll last. But we use these all the time.
Nice. That makes sense.
Yeah.
We got question 8. Last question of this topic. A company needs to integrate lightweight directory access protocol directory service from the on-premises data center to the AWS VPC using IAM. The identity store which is currently being used is not compatible with SAML. Which of the following provides the most valid approach to implement the integration?
Wow, that's a new question. I have no idea. So the first one says write your own stuff. Back off, get your own sandwich. Single sign-on service, single sign-on, but that doesn't make any sense. Number 2 doesn't make any sense. IAM policy that references the LDAP identifier and AWS credentials. That doesn't make any sense to me. The IAM roles to rotate the they're updated. Oh, that sounds like a nightmare. I think it's the first one for some reason, but it's 100% a guess.
All right. Well, your guess is as good as mine. So, yeah, woo.
Yeah. Well, not 100%. 95%.
Your guess is better than mine. I should have said. So 1, user access broker. 2, authenticate user. 3, get temporary security credentials. 4, redirect to console. And then
4 is also access APIs.
Access to AWS APIs. Ooh. Quiz summary. Finish quiz. 75%.
Consistent.
Yeah. All right. Topic based. CloudFront?
No, S3. S3 is
okay,
the next one.
S3. This one will be. Oh, hello. Thank you.
30. Oh my god.
No, it's 8. That's quiz. It's just because they added so many topics.
Oh yeah, okay, got it. 8. Yeah, okay, good, perfect. Nice chunks. I like these chunks.
Yeah, well, and it gets you a little more just so you know exactly where you're supposed to be thinking instead of trying to guess all over the place, which
Yeah,
is good for this exam, I imagine, but no, it wouldn't be so great for cloud practitioner, which is supposed to be a basic overview.
yeah.
Um, there are a few easily reproducible but confidential files that your client wants to store in AWS without worrying about storage capacity. For the first month, all of these files will be accessed frequently, but after that, they will be rarely accessed at all. The old files will be only accessed by developers, so there is no set retrieval time. However, the files under a specific tdojo-finance prefixes in the S3 bucket will be used for post-processing that requires millisecond retrieval time. Given these conditions, which of the following options would be the most cost-effective solution for your client storage needs? Hmm.
What does it say? The most cost effective?
Yes. So it's a little weird because it's it's saying that it'll be rarely accessed at all. The old files will be accessed by developers, so there is no set retrieval time requirement. However, the files under a specific
Yeah,
prefix will
there's a key.
be used for post processing that will require millisecond retrieval time.
Yeah, there's a key before that too, though. The first sentence, the first like 5 words of the sentence. There are a few easily reproducible, which means if they lose them, they can just make them again, right?
Yeah.
So that tells me that you don't need redundancy, which tells me if you're trying to do the most cost efficient, you only need a single zone or one zone IA. And that's the only reason I would pick number 4
Hmm.
is because of the first 5 letters. Because multiple zones is more expensive, right?
Yeah.
The reason it's in multiple zones is so it's you're sure that it's backed up, but
Hmm.
because it says they're easily reproducible, you can get away with uh, like a not guaranteed backup, which is a little cheaper. But I think it's 4. I think it's
And my guess was this one,
yeah.
but you're right. Dang it.
Yeah, you gotta. I've been through this crap.
Oh yeah, I believe you.
They trick you, or they try to trick you.
A company collects atmospheric data such as temperature, air pressure, and humidity from different countries. Each site location is equipped with various weather instruments and a high speed internet connection. The average collected data in each location is around 500 gigabytes and will be analyzed by a weather forecasting application hosted in Northern Virginia. As the essay, you will need to aggregate all the data in the fastest way. Which of the following options can satisfy the given requirement?
So what's it trying to do? You got a whole bunch of equipment,
Atmospheric
weather.
data, atmospheric data location is equipped with various weather instruments, high-speed
You
internet
don't have high
connection.
speed.
The average collected data in each location is around 500 gigs, which will be analyzed by a weather forecasting application hosted in Northern Virginia. You need to aggregate all the data in the fastest way.
Site-to-site VPN doesn't do anything for speed. Uh, multi-part upload.
I don't think it's this one. I don't think it's this one. It might be that
Yeah,
one.
Snowball is a device, so you can't take that out.
Yeah, so
You
it's
don't,
not that. It's not
yeah,
this.
it's not that. Update the data to S3 bucket. Upload the data.
So you need to aggregate a lot of data in the fastest way.
Yeah, it's the first one. I think you
Yeah.
got it right.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. 539% faster. This one's 919. Oh. Now they're just being bananas.
Yeah.
12,061% faster. That's really fast.
Bananas.
Huh?
Bananas. Bananas.
Bananas. A solutions architect created a new standard Class S3 bucket to store financial reports that are not frequently accessed but should immediately be available when an auditor requests them. To save costs, the architect changed the storage class of S3 bucket from standard to infrequent access storage class. In Amazon S3 standard infrequent access storage class, which of the following statements are true?
I find that humorous. Yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
Mm,
Or it could be, that's probably that.
yeah, I think it's that one.
Makes more sense.
I think that's what they're after.
Nope.
Sign for data. Oh, duh. Oops. That
It's
was
just,
just not.
yeah, it's
That
just
was just.
expensive.
That was just not reading.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll have something to review now.
Whoa, that's a new, I haven't seen this chart before. That's good. That's a cool chart.
Yeah.
Features, durability, availability, SLA, minimum capacity charge per object, minimum storage duration charge, blah, 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 blah. And that compares S3 standard, frequent access, S3 one zone infrequent access, S3 intelligent tiering. Very cool.
Oh, that's a new chart. Yeah. Study up on that one.
Yeah, it's a good one. So it's hopefully that's in the yeah, it is. Cheat sheets. It is right there.
Yeah.
A startup company that offers an intuitive financial data analytics service has consulted you about their AWS architecture. They have a fleet of Amazon EC2 worker instances that process financial data and output reports. Sorry, my phone just went off. What are they talking about? All right, I'll be in this. Cool.
So I had to go yell at some kids to get off my lawn.
All right.
Get off my lawn! It's too freaking hot out there.
All right.
Sorry, I missed this one. What are we doing?
My phone went off and I stopped reading it. Okay, let's start again. A
Okay.
startup company that offers an intuitive financial data analytics service has consulted you about their AWS architecture. They have a fleet of Amazon EC2 worker instances that process financial data, then outputs reports, which are used by their clients. You must store the generated report files in a durable storage. The number of files to be stored can grow over time, but as a startup economy is expanding rapidly overseas, and hence they will also need a way to distribute the reports faster to clients located across the globe. Which of the following is a cost-efficient and scalable storage option that you should use for this scenario?
Yeah, CloudFront. Does it say anything about a database? Doesn't say
Well, that's what I'm
anything
looking for. I'm looking for archiving, but it's data analytics. Consult a fleet of Amazon EC2 worker instances that process financial data and then output reports, which are used by their clients. You must store the generated report files in durable storage.
Yeah, it
The
doesn't
number
say
of
anything.
files to be stored can grow over time. as the startup company is expanding rapidly.
Yeah, so there's no
So
processing. It's just the second one. They're trying to trick you with other stuff. It's
simple storage service with CloudFront.
yeah, because everything else doesn't make any sense.
So
What are you using? What are you using Elastic Cache for in that scenario on generating the ports? It doesn't matter.
well, like,
S3 Glacier data storage. It's the and part that's why I say no, because it's like and Elastic Cache as a CDN. Elastic Cache is not a CDN one. And using Amazon Redshift as data storage.
well,
Uh,
that's data warehousing, right?
Data warehousing. That's correct. That's not getting reports. So all of the rest of them are stupid. If you know what the other ones are.
All right.
So I got really upset over that one.
Yeah, that's okay. You got you got your passion. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Like, that's why I said that. It made me feel smart. Um,
Yeah, no, good from
Amazon Red. Sorry.
that's the cloud practitioner paying off 100%.
Yeah, so data warehouse, and that
Yeah,
Glacier is archived because it's like they want to be able to retrieve it. And this
correct.
correct data stored and that's what I thought. Data stored in an instance is not durable. It's like,
Data stored on an instance will go away as soon as the instance goes away.
well, yeah, exactly. It's like the way that I think about instance stores is that's your RAM. That's
Yeah,
AWS RAM.
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, random
Exactly what it is.
access memory. For data privacy, a healthcare company has been asked to comply with the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. HIPAA! The company stores
I didn't know
all.
what that stood for.
What?
I didn't know what that stood for. I've heard HIPAA 1,000 times. I never actually looked up what it was.
I like in Canada, it's like Health
Something else.
Information Privacy Act.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It really is. And I guess I guess it this is American,
American.
right?
American.
The for data privacy, blah blah blah, HIPAA, the company stores all its backups on Amazon S3 bucket. It requires that the data stored on the S3 bucket must be encrypted. What is the best option to do this? Well, uh, hmm, hmm.
So it stores all of its backups. What does it say? The company stores all of its backups in S3 buckets. So your
Hmm.
EBS are gone. Your EBS uh, are out of the picture already uh, because you're using S3. So anything EBS, although it uses S3, you can't have direct access through the EBS volume stuff.
Hmm.
So I'm pretty sure first two answers are just out. Um, encrypted data locally using its own encryption key. Uh, I think it's the third and fourth one.
Yeah, that's what I had initially.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to click that one. Noise. Yeah, I don't need to read that. A solutions architect is working for a financial company. The manager wants to have the ability to automatically transfer obsolete data from their S3 bucket to a low-cost storage system in AWS. What is the best solution that the architect can provide to them? I think that's right. You tell
Yeah.
me.
SQS doesn't do it. Cloud Endure migration is a product of some sort. EC2 is dumb. And SQS is, yeah, it has to be that.
Yep. There was an incident in your production
Oh,
environment where the user
who was the
that
incident coordinator? Sorry.
there was an incident in your production environment where the user data stored in the S3 bucket has been accidentally deleted by one of the junior DevOps engineers. Stupid, stupid, stupid. That
Let's
was
find
me.
him. Oh,
Sorry.
never mind.
The issue was escalated to your manager, and after a few days, you're instructed to improve the security and protection of your AWS resources. What combination of options will protect the S3 buckets in your bucket from both accidental deletion and overwriting? That's my guesses.
Yeah, I would do enable versioning and disallow S3 delete on the bucket policy.
All right.
Oh, you're right. Oh man.
Ha ha! I win again.
All right. Why enable what? Enable multi-factor deletion. What does that mean even?
Well, let's read about it. By using versioning and enabling multi-factor authentication delete, you can secure, obviously, yeah, versioning. We know what versioning is. MFA delete requires two forms of the authentication together: your security credentials and the concatenation of a valid serial number, a space, and the 6-digit code displayed on an approved authentication device.
Okay. I've never used that before.
So
when
that
you want to, when you want to delete something, it sends you a MFA thing to put a code in. I've never seen that before.
so if that junior DevOps guy deleted it, he would have had to try really, really hard.
Yeah, yeah. Well, after you fix this wagon, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
cool.
whoops! I forgot to do that. Sorry. Where was I? We were in. Was that IM? We were in.
We were
We were in S3.
S3, yeah.
I just clicked out of there without saving. Oops.
Oh, well.
I refreshed. Well, it's weird because usually it will let us go back in. So I don't know if you can do it with this one. Oh, guess not. Oh, yeah, I think I can go in my history. Maybe I can go in my history and restart it. I forget.
Yeah, you did some magic before like that. In progress. What do we got?
Where is it?
Oh, it's not in progress. What the heck? The only ones are the ones you finished.
Continue. Oh, okay. So interesting. Ah, man. Okay, well,
I guarantee we got 75%.
we got at least 75%. Anyway, well, we were only go for an hour these days, and we
Yeah.
have hit an hour and 2 minutes. So without further ado, I think we can cut it here, so we don't have to go crazy pulling our hair out.
Yeah.
So
Too late.
if you've been watching, thanks for watching.
Subscribe.
Peace out, homies. And if you're watching this recorded, like and subscribe. So long.